Oh, look
What's
at him.
up? What's up?
Look at you got your Kim Burrell glasses on. Oh, bless him. Yeah, you got your Kim Burrells on.
Mhm.
Oh, and he got his Merlot.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Hey, he said, take this. He said, this is take up the cup. This is my blood that's been offered for you.
Do
Ow.
this in
What
remembrance
you
of
think,
me.
man?
Well, it sounds like Atlanta's becoming what New York is. New York is that mafia, that church mafia.
Okay.
You have the Figueroas, the Walkers, the Halls, that stick together. And it
Mm-hmm.
looks like Atlanta's becoming that with Bernard joined in there with Larry, because Genesis is in that group too. So Genesis hires him, knows the situation that's going on between him and LeAndria, hires him. She had an opening, I believe it was an opening of her church. She has a building.
Okay.
So that's where they were at. And that's when they,
But see, I think, well, Genesee done has several things, and
yeah,
she's been
yeah.
she's in hopscotch.
Right, right,
Or I'm
right.
sorry, excuse me for that. Uh, she's been hopscotching around Atlanta because she was somewhere not far off from Newburgh, and so then she's gone a couple of different places. Then they went to another place, and they said that the folks, they stand up and tell these lies. Ooh, the folks just gave us the building. They just,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then so she went somewhere else, and they said that they gave the building, but they didn't give no AC, and they was all them alternative lifestyle people was in there
Hmm.
jumping and shouting every 5 or 10 minutes, and it was hot as
Yeah.
hell. So then she had to come out of there. And so, but I'm trying to get, and that's what I didn't do a good enough job with. I'm trying to get the time frame, because she has known, and see, all of these off-brand people know each other. They
You
all,
you kill me with this off brand.
yeah, they off-brand. All these off-brand people, you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
roll together. They know, they come to each other's stuff and what have you. So she and Kyri was friends while he, back in New York. Cause see, I remember Genesee. I
Oh,
remember
okay.
her because she's from Memphis.
Mm.
She's originally from Memphis. And I remember her because she was a part of the Church of God in Christ. But see, now I don't believe in swapping doctrine.
Mm.
I don't believe in going from Church of God in Christ and our doctrine and then go over to apostolic. Because it's,
See, I grew up.
even
I
though
grew up apostolic.
I
PAW.
knew you was crazy. I knew it was. that's that's what it is. Because Mother Elsie Shaw said it's a damnable religion.
Damnable.
And so I knew it was something wrong with you. That's what it was. You grew up apostolic, because I ain't never met nobody that was apostolic that wasn't crazy. It was something wrong with their mind. So then she went apostolic, and she was over there with Brian, and then they
Oh, okay.
fell out. Now I called her because I used to have her number, and I called her and asked her, when Brian Carn found out that he had COVID, and they was spreading COVID around like it was cotton candy.
Because he
At
never
that,
closed his church. He wouldn't close
he
his
never
church.
closed his church. And you remember they all went up there and they all got sick. And then
Mm-hmm.
you remember he
Mm-hmm.
stood up and said, "Yeah, I was having the bad stuff, and just don't tell them you got it from here."
Right.
Remember? So shortly thereafter, and then she was like, "Well, I don't know if Prophet's gonna talk to you or whatever, like, because I'm just got the bubonic plague. But
Right.
it's cool to embrace these other people.
Right.
But
Right.
but I can't. I can't bring you into the fold. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm just trying to figure out the timeline because, like you're saying, that all makes sense. They may have been, but I don't know if this had gone down or if he had told Genesee, because when was his birthday?
Whose? Oh, what's it for? Did he cook for Larry's birthday or somebody else's birthday?
No, I believe it was based upon the people that he told me that was at the function. I believe that it was for his birthday,
Mm-mm.
because for
Oh, it
his
may have
birthday,
been.
you remember,
Mm.
because for his birthday, Bernard flew all them people in here and he bought all those people gifts to
Right.
give to him. Or at least that's the report that I got, because I didn't watch it and didn't know.
They
But
keep that money tight between all of them, don't they?
isn't
That
that
money, they
nice?
just
Yeah. Because now when I talked, we had, me and James Hall, we had a nice and very long conversation at Gospel Music Workshop.
mm,
And so I asked James, because James and I was tight, and I specifically asked James, I said, James, you have walked around all week and you have ignored me. You
mm,
won't speak or what have you. And so I just asked him, in no kind of way jealous, because I'm never that. But I
right.
just asked him, I said, how can you be cool and fly from New York and come down here for Larry's birthday and talk to him and be cool with him when he said just as much stuff about you as I did?
No, I think he said more and had more lives about that situation than you did. That's true.
Now, because I was in a catch-22, because him and what's the boy's name, Kevin Bond. Oh, Kevin Bond wanted to jump on me at the Gospel Music Workshop.
Oh, so that was Kevin Bond who wanted to get you. He wasn't up there shouting. He was trying to jump on you.
No, so what happened was, one of the nights, okay, after, because something happened and James Hall had double booked himself and he had to
Mm,
go back for like a Sweet 16 or something. And
mm,
so, because me and James had talked and reconciled and shook hands and hugged and all of that, because
yeah.
how it happened, we had gone out to eat, and James was standing on the sidewalk in front of the Hyatt waiting on his Uber to go to the airport. And I was coming back, and so I had got out the car because the front drive was so packed. I got out the
Hmm.
car and I said, "Oh," I said, "I'm gonna speak to James.
That's some good wine
Look,
right there. Jam jar.
is
Go
it
ahead. I'm
is
sorry.
it good?"
Yeah, it's cheap and good.
So So I started talking to him, and then he said, "You know what, Will?" He said, "We are friends. We've known each other for years." He said, "All of that is old and over with, and what have you." I said, "Well, are you going to be able to talk to Kevin?" And he said, "Well, I'm going to talk to Kevin." He said, "But Kevin was really upset and really, really hurt." So I thought that they might have texted or talked or whatever. And later on that night, I Kevin and I was walking past each other, and so I said, "Kevin, because no, and you should have never put that on your website, and you should have." And it was, I mean, it was this big city, and he was hollering, and they had to
Oh,
sing. It was Jonathan Willis, Bishop Levi Willis' son,
mm,
and who else was running? Uh, um, um, what's his name from Indianapolis? Um, oh God, as well as I know his name, Guy. What's that guy's name? The dark skinned dude. He's got a chapter in Indianapolis.
I don't know. I don't know GMWA like that.
Yeah. Oh, I can't even think of. I can't even think of. It's either Gil or Guy. Uh, because his wife is named D.
Mm.
And I mean, all of them. So I was like, and I was just looking at Kevin because I could not believe that he was, that it was that visceral. And so it's just amazing to me.
They like the way you did Kevin Bond.
That's because I know him. That's how he does. And and I just couldn't believe that he, because I was just looking at him, and I
Mm.
was Scott,
But you know what?
Scott Gunn,
Okay.
Scott Gunn. They had to get Scott. Scott came running.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, all of them came running to see. This is Scott. All of them came running up because he had just acted. He had acted up so. And yeah, that's Scott.
Okay.
That's Scott.
Okay.
And all of them came running over to, where we were because he was just like, I mean, he was so upset, child. You would have thought it had happened just the day before. Like it had just happened a week ago.
But you
I
know
mean, he
what?
was
Why are you so upset? Why are you so upset? Y'all know y'all was fooling up with this dude. And I mean, everybody was talking about it. Why single you out?
why exactly? Why everybody get mad at me? And then they can be friends with him and
Yeah.
reconcile with him. But see, maybe because I ain't gonna pay nobody. See, I
Well,
ain't
see,
gonna give no.
that's another thing. See,
That's what I.
when
Yeah.
Larry did that interview with James, and James came to Atlanta, he didn't come for free. So, and then from
All
that
of them,
time,
everybody that I contacted, because you remember that's when I was really, really upset. And you remember I contacted and posted pictures of me and everybody that was on the lineup. And I was saying, y'all, he got this accusation. How can y'all come? Everybody was calling me and saying, look, it was just like what you said.
yeah,
And you was the one. You said, Will, or however you refer to me, Sir William, or whatever, you said they gonna come and they gonna get that coin. You said
mm-hmm,
none of them, it had been
mm-hmm,
COVID, and
yeah,
you said none of them was gonna cancel on Larry. He could
nope,
have probably molested a boy on the stage, but they
but
was
that
gonna come and get that chain.
if gonna
They
come
was
get that
gonna come,
money,
and you know what? And then once I kind of thought about what you had said, I came to myself and
yeah,
I said, like the prodigal son, I said, you know what? That's what this is about. It's not about the sincerity and integrity. It's about that. It's about that almighty dollar.
and when you think
Everybody
about
had
it,
been shut down.
everybody shut down.
Everybody,
Even before the shutdown, when you're talking about Bond and Hall, they were lacking. Their church had went down because of the scandal. Lacking James had went and start playing for that Baptist church, so they needed money. So they were
and
going to
then New
come and
York, it don't you know what I'm saying? It takes a
yeah,
hunk and a chunk to live there. So
yeah,
you know what? It all, like you said, it all made sense, and I just sucked it up and took it on the chin and said, "Hey, this is what it is." Cause see, I know I ain't gonna have no fake relationship.
right,
If you
right,
gonna be my friend, you gonna be my friend because you like me and you want to be my friend. That's
yeah,
how, it ain't gonna be because I done turned over some money to you. Cause that's
right,
so fake. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? You know,
yeah,
I want people in my life that's gonna be genuine and in my life because for whatever, separate of the blog, separate of the influencer and the personality, you care and like me as William the person, not
yeah,
the perception and image and the nails and the hair and what have you. You like me as a individual.
Yeah, yeah.
And I want genuine people in my corner. I don't want folks in my corner that because see, then the other part of it is when it stops. See,
Yeah,
when the money
yeah,
dry up or stop. See, and the way you meet a person is the way you exit.
yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If I start paying you in the beginning, you're gonna always be looking for, being broke
But
off
see,
from me.
right now it's good because they can come to Atlanta to Larry's thing, and they've also been singing in New York at Bernard
At
Jordan's
Bernard
stuff.
stuff.
So they're raking it, raking in the money. They're keeping that because let me tell you, Larry dragged Jane for filth, dragged him.
When he talked about he talked about him that he was blind because he had syphilis and that he was
Right,
wearing the like.
right,
Well, I'm not gonna rehash it because we reconciled and we had made up,
yeah,
and I don't want him to get mad again. But I mean, they went in on it, and see, he was my friend, so I was kind of like, oh, you know what I'm saying? When I found
yeah,
out that it really went down, I
yeah,
was like, oh, let me kind of be genuine. Let me handle
yeah.
this with Nick gloves. Now I did get raw when I put out the video of that Kevin had sent to
In the shower,
what was that boy's name? What was that
Jay
boy's name? Yeah, and
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Hmm.
Jeffrey. And see, what you called was so low down. Too good, Jonathan Too Good. That's when he blocked me because Jonathan Too Good, Jeffrey, Jeffrey was a waiter over at Olive Garden in Times Square.
Mm.
And Jonathan Too Good on one Saturday went over there to eat. And he, with his messy tail, called he called Kevin. See, I told you I could give you the etymology of a thing. I could give you
Mm,
the
mm,
history
mm,
line by line, precept by precept. And so
mm.
he called with his low down tail. He called Kevin and they sent the police.
Oh, wow.
And that's how Jeffrey got arrested.
Oh, okay.
Because up
Mm.
there in New York state of law, like if you have a civil suit, you can be arrested for your civil suit. Like New York, Texas. Like
Oh,
if
okay.
you sue somebody, some of those states, And,
Mm,
and see, that's
mm.
why I have to live here in Georgia because I probably would have been in jail every 10, 15 minutes. So what you think? Do you think? So I think because I'm going in on it so long and so in detail, I think he's going to sit with her, and I think they're going to skirt an interview.
Yeah. Or they just talk to Larry about doing an interview. Like I was saying, remember when she owed Robert the money, though?
Right.
I want to say Robert went on the went on Larry, and I thought Larry paid whatever was owed to him by LeAndria. Didn't Larry pay that?
Really? Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know. Cause see, honey, I don't follow them. See,
either he paid it or
I
he
don't follow
put
'em.
Robert's Cash App in that live, and people were sending him the money to cover. So whatever LeAndria does, it's going to get covered by Larry.
Because
That
she's singing on his programs and working. But I was the one that introduced her. It was her. It was Jonathan Nelson. I was the one that
right?
got all those artists to come to Propacology because nobody wasn't dealing with
Yeah.
Bernard because Bernard it comes off like a witch.
Right, 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 right,
And
right.
people was not dealing with him, and he was trying to get me, and he was trying to get, now he tries to get Larry to, for the folks to embrace him because he comes out. I said, you standing up there acting like Jeffrey Holder.
Ugh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, you scared the people to death. You scared to death.
Woo.
Mm,
Well,
so,
Master Prophet is very, he has this aura about him that draws you in. You know,
oh,
it draws
really?
you in. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
See, I don't know. I guess I'm just a churchgoer. I've been in church all my life. I've
me
seen
too.
preachers and prophets and what have you all my life. Excuse me. I know how we are so fascinated by that
Yeah.
gift. You
Yeah.
know
We
what I'm
all want a
saying?
word.
So,
Yeah.
and so it just doesn't, it doesn't move and impress me like that. It just
Yeah.
doesn't. And then I'm just not one of those people that's, like, so easily moved and intimidated and impressed,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
But
my
what I really
grandmother
want to,
had a Rolls Royce started getting Rolls Royces back in 1983.
yeah.
So all of those kind of things, even if, like I told somebody, I said, I ain't got to ever make any money. I come from money,
Yeah.
baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is a
Yeah. Yeah.
difference, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got to struggle in Atlanta. I could go back. They got 8 bedrooms over there on Skyline right now.
You going back
Right
up to
now.
Oakley?
I
Yeah.
could go right
Yeah.
on back. I just have to
Yeah.
cut my hair and my fingernails and just go on back. But
Mm.
Catherine Jones and Helen Stevens,
Helen
baby,
Stevens.
of Northern Cal,
Yeah.
they was bad. They,
Yes,
they
they
was
were.
they were the divas of the Bay Area, baby.
Helen Stevens.
My Helen Stevens with that gray hair and them red long nails, directed at
She be directing with them
standing
nails.
there, right, chopping, chopping. Did you
Oh
go up
yeah.
for Love Center's 50th anniversary?
You know what? I had planned to go. I had paid my money, I got my ticket and everything, and then they postponed it. And then I didn't go to the thing they had this weekend
Oh, you
because they
didn't.
postponed like the reunion type thing until I guess next year. But I didn't go to that. No, I didn't go.
Oh wow,
No.
I remember. I remember them, Walter. I just loved Walter. I'm
Yeah.
just interested to see how this is gonna play out. And see, the thing about it is what they're gonna do. They're going to cut ties. You watch and see. They're gonna cut Genesee, all of them. They're gonna cut ties with Kyri.
Oh no, no, Kyrie's toast. He's nobody. They're gonna dump him
Right.
like the Tuesday trash pickup. No,
Right.
they are. They are
Hmm.
because he's not. I had COVID in June and I'm still coughing. Just by the way,
I ain't had COVID. It's just that got cold here, and
but
I wasn't dressed properly yesterday when I went to the game, and that wind was
oh
cutting
yeah,
through like I didn't even have nothing on.
yeah. But they're not gonna worry. They helped him out with the catering gigs. They helped him out,
Right.
but it's not gonna go too much beyond that. You know, he's not at their caliber. He's
And
just not.
he does not have value add.
No. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And he's kind of a loose cannon. You don't know which way he's gonna go. He has kind of that weird church thing going on where you're in today, out tomorrow,
Bipolar.
bipolar church stuff. Yeah. And you don't really want to connect with somebody like that. That's what I said. They called him in to cook to cover what LeAndria did to him. That's what that was. It wasn't really about him. It was about LeAndria because LeAndria is in their little clique.
Hmm. and she's
Genesis.
and she's gonna stay
Oh
because
yeah. She
that's always a good 5, 10, 15,000 that you can make.
yeah.
You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's always some good money. And then Larry's having stuff, then Bernard has stuff. So that's always a place where you can get a gig if you're not, you know what I'm saying, if
Well,
you're not
and
working.
this is
But see,
another
what
thing.
makes this so hot, and the reason why I had to jump on it with both feet, is because she's getting ready. They're getting ready to do that tour with PJ.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You saw
Yeah.
him in the tuxedo and all of them in the black. He got
Yeah.
Kiki. He got
Yeah.
all So see
Well,
now
that's right.
I'm wondering
Kiki, her, and was it? Yeah. Is what
Tasha
Kiki Wyatt too?
Ka,
Yeah.
Kiki Wyatt. It's about 4 or 5 of them. He got all of them,
Like
and they all got these tour dates and things.
Bianca said, and that's true. She just sung at Shirley Caesar's birthday, and you know that was all through Bloomer. And who is Bloomer kicking it with?
Right.
It's all together.
And you remember Bloomer saved he saved Shirley because you remember the
Right.
kids was getting ready to cancel Shirley when she said, "Yeah, President Obama brought that mess up in here." When she
Right.
said that, they was getting ready to hound down on her, and he came in and put her on rejoicing the word.
Right. Exactly. So,
So
it's the
she
get
just
along gang. It's the get along gang. And, the unfortunate part is cliques have always been with us in and out of the church. It's just what it, now
I
with
tell you,
you,
I just, I'm out here by myself and I'm
yeah,
just, I
yeah,
just I I just trust the Lord. I just trust the Lord and my few little followers and my few little cash apps and Zelle. And hopefully y'all will support me. And hopefully I I report in a way where you all can see my level of integrity.
right, right,
I really, I want people to be able to see and know that quality caliber. Like
and
even if I get a story on somebody, I get a
you
story
want
on somebody.
receipts. You
I
come
want
with
receipts, and
receipts.
I
Yeah,
call you.
yeah,
You just don't. I don't just blindside you.
yeah,
I get because it's sometimes I find out stuff when I make that call that uh it may have been some extenuating
right,
circumstances.
right,
You see what I'm saying?
exactly.
Just
Yeah.
like with this, I may not if she had responded to me, I may
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
have covered this story because if Kyri was on some bull crap and she had to nix him, you know what
Right.
I'm saying, or
Right, right,
something
right,
like
right,
that.
right. But it
That's so
sound like Lily wanted to sleep with him though.
she was hot.
She was hard
She
to try.
she was hot as a firecracker.
She wanted
And
another
see, she
baby.
may not, I don't know if she's in a relationship right now. So you know how it is. Look at this man, he turning up. And you know how it is if you normally if
Yeah.
you normally used to getting some and then all of a sudden you ain't getting none.
Mm. Yeah, she was hot
Mm.
for him.
She said, you can't help it because you find. But I was trying to figure out where was he fine at.
Because he had the gastric also, right? Yeah.
I don't know. He's still kind of chunky.
I just think about it because it's kind of a boob thing going on. Because sometimes that happens when you have the gastric.
I don't know. I
Different
don't know.
people.
He's a a big guy. But we had a very, very, very amicable conversation,
Well,
And
that's good.
so
And
I
I think
thought so.
I hate
And
that
and I
people want
think
to.
if it was only a month, gonna give him that eight
Yeah,
thousand or
give him.
whatever, because
That's
they
that's
got
what
it,
they
and
should do.
and put it to bed
Yeah,
and be through with it.
just give
You
him. You
know.
not. He can probably sue for the $54,000 for the year since she did, breach the contract. But get your monthly, whatever you did for the month, and go about your business.
Exactly.
LeAndria is not getting. These artists are not getting $7,500 a month on a regular anymore. I mean, they may get it, but they don't have it to give to
But I
you.
mean, to pay you 75 and then pay
No.
your wife 85,
Yeah,
and the
that's
contract saying
crazy.
59
No,
thousand dollars, I was just like, whoa,
no.
no.
But
And
he was
if
kind
he
of.
hadn't have showed me a contract, I wouldn't have even believed it.
But my thing is, the issues that Robert had with her. They were public knowledge. Why would you sign on to be her manager or do whatever? And
He
she owed
said,
him money.
when I asked him that, and he said that he felt like because she was a Grammy Award winning artist,
He wanted to come up.
that
I know.
that's what it was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she was
Mm-hmm.
able to dangle a quick little
She sure
carrot.
did. She dangled it right in his face and he bit. Because he wants to be famous too.
And he's going through, that's why he would do all that crazy stuff, because he wanted to go
Right.
through any length to get some
Yeah.
kind of notoriety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I think Thais says it. I listened to the Thais report, and he says that, somebody that really wants to be and can't be, they dangerous. And that's the truth. One of them
they
people
gonna
that
go
they
through
just want to
all
be so bad.
they gonna go through all account, and trust me, I know.
Yeah.
They came at me, what was that, 3 years ago, with a vengeance.
Mm. Mm.
They wanted, but oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank
Oh,
you,
my
Lord.
God.
But I'm still standing. I'm
Still
still standing.
standing.
I suffered through that thing. I mean, you remember they was doing lives on me every 10, 15
They
minutes.
were. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but I walked through it. I endured hardness, like the Bible say, like a good
Yeah.
soldier. Hey, see,
And
my inheritance is amongst those that are sanctified.
everybody on this live, go ahead and sow into this live right now. There's the Cash App and Zelle right there. Go ahead and throw something through at Mr. Sir William. Go ahead and do that. It's
I
offering
appreciate
time in the
that.
tabernacle. Come on.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We got so much coming up. I got convocation coming up, and
Yeah.
then Thompson, and I was supposed to go to Thompson's funeral. But
Mm.
man, I appreciate you. We the hour is far
The
spent, Mr.
hour is
Kim
far
Burrell,
spent. Yeah.
with your Kim Burrell glasses.
My Pradas. My Pradas.
I love them. I love them. I love 'em. I got a brown
Do
like
you?
tortoiseshell pair that are circled like that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Those are nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay,
All
man.
righty. We'll
All
get
right.
together
Take care.
again.